It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Colts, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, an early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the number 2 overall pick from the 2016 draft, standing at 6'5", Carson Wentz. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well. And
well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They run with Hines. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Let's go, tighten up. Now it's Hines. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Well, this defense for the Titans, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Farley. And the Titans are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So here are the Titans backed up to start this drive. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I loved the most, he finished each and every run.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, I'd say we're well past the time that we're trying to work out the kinks of the season, aren't we? We're already into week 3, and he's looking really, really strong. Already has won an AFC Player of the Week award.
Yeah, did that a week ago in week 2 with the runs like that and then some. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Watson off play action. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Carson Wentz and the Colt offense ready to go back to work. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying thanks a lot. You held them to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand for them. He needs to go out now and make up for what he did on the first drive.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now Wentz. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Rolling to his right. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Henry. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. And a look at Bell, who remains down after that play. Appears to have gotten shaken up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Off of play action, it's Watson. And it's complete, right back in the hands of Smith. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Gibson here running out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
On third down, here's Gibson. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. This is Hines. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator's touchdown.
Kyle Pitts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Shotgun now for Wentz. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw here complete to Kelsey.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Wentz now to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Looking here for Smith downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Watson. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To try again after the sack. Watson escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Titans are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Deshaun Watson making his way back out. The focus of our play. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson dancing to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans.
I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the red zone now, Watson. Buying time to his left. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game.
And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that will extend this big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Wentz going to throw.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Hines.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. I certainly know that I, for one, would not to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play. On 2nd down, right back to Hines.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6.
Throwing now is Wentz. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Marcus Davenport
with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is fielded at the 27. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes. On 2nd down now, it's Henry, and he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Watson.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a Tennessee score. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jeffrey Simmons picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Back now in Indianapolis. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Here's Wentz to throw. He'll check this down to Hines. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And it's a Titans touchdown. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Titans are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Indy set to go on offense once more. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big play there for Indy. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it. Into the red zone, Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think
you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out, and no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season. And the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Throwing now, Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Quiddy Pay able to run him down for a loss of a yard. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson eluding the pressure right. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice